I like warm wooden sounds. Like I love flutes. That makes me just like, it completely calms me. And I really love drums, like big toms. It's like, it really, I don't know, it lights a fire inside of me. It's something that makes me so happy.
We dream in color all the time, all the time. You don't believe me, don't believe me, don't believe me.
I don't like repeating myself, and I like to experiment with different sounds and expressions. I think what's a bit different for this album compared to my earlier ones is that I've experimented more with electronic sounds. But then there's also songs on there that's like completely organic. So I would say it's a very sort of, like a very diverse album that shows the different sides to my style.
Let's forget that we got hurt. We messed up all the time.
I have like a very simple setup at home. I just have like a MIDI keyboard, which I plug in, and then you can get different plugins and play with different sounds. And my main inspiration is the M-Tron GeForce plugin. It sounds like old and dusty and like from an old movie or something. It just puts me in this mindset and it's very inspiring to me. So I use that on pretty much all my songs. And I think I'll continue to do that. It keeps inspiring me. I'm very interested in playing with the rhythm. I always sort of push the boundaries for myself to see if I can come up with new interesting patterns and stuff. And I like playing with the sound of vocals too. I like kind of using the voices as instruments, and that's something that I like to sort of play around with as well. So for instance, when I'm working with a producer, I love it when they have like a ton of different instruments in the studio. Liam Howe, who I work with on Perfect Tense, he collects different synths. He had like a whole collection, like a wall full of different vintage synths. And I love working with people who are really skilled and sort of nerdy about their equipment, because that's sort of what I'm lacking. Like I'm great at writing songs, and I like that's easy for me. But since I never learned how to play instruments, that's sort of what I'm missing. So it's great for me to find people who are really strong in that sense.
Don't you tease me, don't you tease me, don't you tease me.
If you're just like putting some music on, you might not think about it, but when you've been in the process of making the music, you can definitely tell the difference between CD or vinyl quality compared to MP3s, because the more you compress, the more it's like one line. And I like that there are sort of peaks and valleys in the music. I think it makes it more alive and more vibrant. And I love live music because of that reason. It's not like, there's so much like differences in the dynamics, and so I try to mimic that when I work on the mixing and mastering of the album, so it's not like evened out or smoothed out too much. I completely fell in love with this Brazilian album from the 60s called Os Afro Sambas, and it's by Baden Powell and Vinicius Moraes. The recordings are so raw. It was before you could do you couldn't cut and paste and stuff. Everything's recorded live. And so there's little flaws, and sometimes, the background singers are a little off pitch, and to me that just adds so much charm. That inspired me so much. I would say the production of that is just so lush and warm and imperfect. And I just love it. It's so amazing.
We don't make perfect sense. We live in the perfect tense. Doesn't matter.